This woman claimed that she had a child for a reverend father. Reverend fathers are Catholic priests, and you know that they are not supposed to marry. They are not supposed to have a carnal knowledge of a woman because they are separated to serve God.
I had my first son with a reverend father. Yes, I had my first son with a reverend father. My name is Antonia Ogbewe. If you have not liked and followed this page, please do. This is a true life story. I came to Europe many years ago. When I came, I was not having a home to stay. I was homeless. I was looking for people to help me. I got to this place they call Congrega, a place where the Catholic people help homeless people. Getting to that place, they said one room was free, but that evening they were not having the woman that is supposed, which is the reverend sister that is supposed to admit me to stay there for a while, is not around, that he went for missionaries. Then I was begging. I said, I have no place to sleep and the cold outside is much. So the reverend father allowed me to go in. Long story cut short, that same night I had an affair with him. I had an affair with him. Please don't judge me, guys. I had an affair with him. Before I knew it, long story short, I was pregnant. I became pregnant. And I saw him again. I told him, I said, look, I'm pregnant. So he shouted and said, you know, I am a reverend father. I just did it 2 or 3 times. Now you are pregnant. Why? You were supposed to protect yourself, but nevertheless, I will assist you with money. Don't say anything. Very soon you will not even see me again because I go from one place to another. I was very sad that day. I really don't know what to do at that moment. Then I went to a home where they keep mothers that are pregnant, single mothers. That was where I gave birth to my handsome boy.
About doctrines, marriage, for example, Apostle Paul, when it comes to the issue of marriage, I will marry or I will not marry, I think it is more appropriate to be the decision of a person, because the 2 people who didn't get married, who did not marry in the Bible, were Jesus Christ and Apostle Paul. Now, Jesus is the Son of God. His own is understandable. But Apostle Paul was a human being just like us. He didn't marry. It was his own decision not to marry. His own decision. Not that an organization puts him up to that, if you understand what I mean. Now, this is where I have problem with a lot of doctrines, impossible doctrines that are not followable. In this situation now, I cannot blame this woman and I cannot blame the reverend father as such, because they are human beings, especially on the part of the priest, because he's a human being. A lot of men in our society cheat on their wives who are even married, sleep around, let alone the person who doesn't even have a wife. You understand? So a lot of tongues has been wagging. People were like, ooh, this one, tongues has been wagging concerning the story, has been wagging. But honestly, when this issue of marriage, to marry or not to marry, they brought this issue to Jesus Christ. They said, if it's like this, it's good for somebody not to marry. And Jesus said, not everybody can accept it. But who knows say go fit stay, say no, he go fit keep himself, he no go commit fornication, he go fit keep himself, make he accept am. So the law of Christ, Jesus didn't put it as a law. If you can stay without a man, fine. If you say fit stay, marry. You understand? But when a body or an organization decides to say, okay, if you don't serve God, you will not marry, you just stay like that too. Most times these doctrines, they are not doable, they are not practicable, because they are not followable. People live in hypocrisy. We have seen, the reason why I decided I just want to put mouth in this matter is that we have seen a lot of hypocrisies. We have seen a lot of stories, you understand. The other one, I watched it at Ijele Speaks channel, you understand, where a lady claimed that she's married to a reverend father, but secretly. A lot of them are even personal experiences. Some of them ask you out and all the rest of them, you understand. So why all this hypocrisy? For me, or my opinion, because I believe in problem solving, I'm not somebody who likes magnifying problem. Since this thing has been in occurrence like this, it has been happening, they are not able to keep it. They should just allow reverend fathers and reverend sisters to be getting married. They should be married. They should allow them to be getting married, even though they said that the reason why they created the doctrine was so that they won't have distraction. They will just use their lives to serve God. But we have seen that the reason for creating this doctrine is not the aim and objective of creating this thing. It's not doable, you understand. So they should just look into it and allow reverend fathers and sisters to be getting married, because even Bible say it is better to be married than to burn in passion. If you say you want to marry, let it be that, okay, I want to marry. If you say, okay, I don't want to marry, I want to use my life to serve God, let it be your decision, not like you are being coerced to do so. And at the end of the day, you now find out that you are sleeping around, you are committing fornication. That is how I see it. That's how I see it.